Hi everyone. As you all finish up with your midterm semester projects, I am going to go over your midterm review results from the SurveyMonkey that I just evaluated and thought about a lot, and talk a little bit about the changes that I plan to implement in this course for the rest of this semester and next semester in order to make it a really great experience for all of you. So when I asked what's going well for you and what tools have been helpful for you, I got a really wide variety of responses. So most people liked having a rubric to look at. Almost everyone really liked the video lectures, both my video lectures and the video lectures that you've been giving to each other with classmates in terms of creating the screencast-o-matic videos, as well as getting some meaningful feedback on your assignments. Some of you liked the progressive nature of the assignments and feedback, and some of you did not. So I'm going to talk about that in the next slide. Most of you liked the discussion and are enjoying connections with classmates. Some of you responded before you connected with your classmates a couple weeks ago, and some of you responded in this past week and were saying you were enjoying those connections. And then a few people said they enjoyed phone calls, email interaction with me as well, and having a personal connection with the professor. So if that's something other people are interested in, there are a couple of you that I talk to you, every couple weeks on the phone, or via email or via Skype, and I'm really happy to do that with anybody who would like the time. So then we have what you're struggling with. So a lot of people mentioned that the amount of reading and the stress in terms of deadlines and times between assignments were tough for you. Also, some of you mentioned that it was hard to see how readings were relevant. And then there were two sides of one issue. Some of you said that assignment instructions and explanations were a little confusing, and then others of you said that instructions are really clearly explained. So I'm going to try to address all of these issues in one way or another in the rest of the semester. And so if anybody has additional feedback if I'm not meeting those needs in the next few weeks, I do really suggest you reach out to me so I can try to address, your major concerns. So I'll be going over this in the next couple of slides as well. So again, there were really two sides of the issue when I asked how class could be improved. Some of you really like the way that I scaffold assignments. So what scaffolding means, if people don't hear that term very often in terms of assignments, is in education, scaffolding of assignments means that I'm putting them in a progressive nature in a step-by-step process to provide some feedback at all these different midpoints. So you're not just passing in a midterm paper and getting evaluated on it with no understanding of what led up to it. So the purpose of so many assignments in the first half of this semester is to really scaffold your ideas so you're able to create this complete idea, and then from now on it's a lot more open-ended and a lot more paper writing with a little less scaffolding as a class and a little bit more individualized scaffolding. So one of you said that you didn't like the step-by-step process in terms of doing the lit review table. You just wanted to write your paper, and there will be a little bit more flexibility from now on with that, just in the way that I created the class before. But I appreciate that feedback because in the future maybe there can be an option of just writing as you go rather than all of the scaffolding. I find that the scaffolding is helpful to have a really deliberate process of writing a paper like this, especially when most of you said that you would love to see examples of other classmates' papers from the past, and unfortunately this is the first time I've taught this class and the first time I've been at UMass in general, so I don't have the ability to make sure that I'm giving you the examples from past semesters. So you also said you'd like to see some more lecture videos and the examples of assignments. As I said, I don't have that capacity, but as I'll show you in the next slide, I am going to see what I can do about that as well. So for class changes, this fall there are a few things I can implement to make the process a little bit smoother for you. So I'm going to start creating a weekly lecture video for each of you. And this weekly lecture video will be sent via email and will also be posted on Blackboard. Some of you talked about Blackboard being a little bit confusing to navigate, and so I'm going to just place them in both spots. So I will send a lecture video by email and on Blackboard, typically on Monday afternoons, and it will have a description of any commonly asked questions that I've seen in the past week, and then also some topics and instructions for the week, which hopefully will clear up any confusion about assignment instructions. I'll also this fall have some more one-on-one contact with students via email, and I'll be introducing a different method of feedback this week for all of you that's a little bit more one-on-one and targeted, since feedback was something that was so important to you, which I'll create another little extra explanation video about a little bit later this week. Then in the spring, I'm going to get in contact with the previous professors of this course and make sure that I can get some sample projects to model for you, see if former students will allow me to use the samples of their projects in order to show you, what the final product could look like. And then I'll also, continue on with weekly instructor videos, student video presentations to share work. And as I said, just because of the nature of this class, the required readings and those sorts of things end up being a lot more targeted and focused to your specific topics. And also the scaffolding of assignments will be a little bit more individually focused, as we'll be building each of our projects individually. And I'll have a little bit more of a individual relationship with each of you for the rest of the semester. Whereas, this first half of the first semester is really an intro to the whole process. And I do realize it can feel a little bit confusing and a little bit overwhelming. But I'm hoping with some of these resources that, are coming up in the next couple weeks, as well as, now that you've put all these things together through the tools that we've used so far, I'm hoping that things will be a little bit more clear for you as we go forward. And so lastly, stay tuned for 2 additional presentations this week. So I'm going to do one presentation just because of some of the questions I've gotten in terms of, where are things going here? What is the final product going to be? I'm just going to do a big presentation of a global view of Nutrition 696R, what we've done so far, what we're going to be doing throughout the rest of the semester, and what is to come next semester, and what your final product will look like. And then I'm also going to post a video on the feedback process for your midpoint paper and the transition into your final paper. Lastly, as I mentioned in an email that I sent yesterday, I am very, very happy to extend any deadlines that people might need extended in order to feel like you're really doing a great job in terms of the content of your paper. The last thing I want you to do is feel rushed. The final product of this this course is your final paper and your final implementation of your solution to your wicked problem that is going to be done by May. And so different people might be at a different spot. I've spoken with a few of you that, you're changing your entire statement problem just because the nature of your work changed a little bit. And so if anybody else is in that sort of situation, just come and talk to me, reach me by phone, by email, and we'll figure it out. I'm really happy to meet with any of you at any time. My office hours, for my in-person classes are on Eastern Standard Time, Mondays from 1 to 2, and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:15 to 4, and then on Wednesdays from 12 to 1. And so if you ever want to just give a call at that time or send an email and have a Skype conversation, I'm really happy to have you jump in on my office hours too. Or if there are other times and ways to talk, I'd be happy to do that as well. So each of you has a phone call, scheduled in the next couple weeks. If the times on my calendar don't work for you, then I'm happy to schedule at other times as well. And I really hope that some of these changes make the class a good learning experience for you. And I really encourage any of you, if anything's confusing or if you just need a little bit of extra help or a little bit of extra time, just please approach me one-on-one. As I said, it's my very first time teaching this course, and I understand there's always little bumps along the way for both students and professors, and I really want to make this a great experience for you. So thank you so much again for your feedback. Have a wonderful day, and I really look forward to reading all your midpoint papers this week. Give me about a week or so to get back to everyone, and we'll go from there. Take care. Bye-bye.